Georgia, down to the front. I'm going to give y'all a minute. Come on. Everybody else that's sitting in the seats down front, y'all get up and let my fellow neighbors, my fellow Georgians, have the seats down front. Reason why is because we have a runoff election that's going on currently, and the candidate that I'm getting ready to talk about now, he is in a runoff. So I need my Georgians to come on down to the front. Come on now. Y'all get up. Come on. All right, y'all. Okay, I see y'all. Let's talk about Rick Jackson. Y'all see that? Rick Jackson versus Burt Jones. He is a part of the runoff election, and he's a Republican. But I need for all of us to be educated on who this man is. This is what he looks like. He is a billionaire running for governor. Okay? I want you to know who he is. And he is currently in the news. Why is he in the news? Well, he was caught on audio, which was leaked to the Huffington Post. He was caught saying that currently Georgia's abortion laws requires for you to be less than 6 weeks, and you only can get an abortion if the baby is putting the mother at risk or rape, but only up to 6 weeks. And what Rick Jackson wants, he wants to enhance that bill. Mothers will have to prove that they were raped in order to access said abortion. Now, I went looking for said leaked audio, and the audio itself is not out there on social media. It's only described in this article. So let's read the article, shall we? I have it up here on the big screen. Rick Jackson, a Republican gubernatorial candidate in Georgia, appears to believe women should have to prove they were raped before being eligible for an abortion exception under the state's 6-week ban, according to leaked audio reviewed by the Huffington Post. While speaking with a community member at an annual barbecue event in April, Jackson discussed his views on abortion, including the state's current 6-week abortion ban. The law only allows exceptions for victims of rape and incest when the fetus is not able to survive outside of the womb and when the life or health of a pregnant person is at risk. Jackson, a billionaire Republican political donor, agreed with the community member who said 2 wrongs don't make a right regarding rape victims accessing abortion care. Just a month before this conversation, Jackson supported abortion exceptions for rape or incest victims in a publicly shared questionnaire created by anti-abortion group, the Georgia Life Alliance Committee, the state's affiliate of the National Right to Life. When the community member said she wanted to see babies born no matter how they were conceived, referring to rape, Jackson replied, quote, "You still got life, it's still a life," end quote. He then agreed with her when she said a woman who says she was raped, quote, "needs to prove it," end quote, to be eligible for an exception under the state's already extreme abortion ban. The support to prove rape is a sentiment widely shared in anti-abortion circles, which believe unfounded claims that women use rape exceptions as loopholes to access abortion care. Quote, Rick supports the current heartbeat law as it stands and is not looking for changes to it, a spokesperson for his campaign wrote in an email to the Huffington Post. Quote, Rick is proudly pro-life and supports our current law and has statement echoes that, and his statements echoes that, end quote. So what he's saying is that he supports the current law, but he also is saying that he believes women should have to prove that they were raped in order to access an abortion. So do you believe that if Rick Jackson were to win the governorship of the state of Georgia, do you believe that he won't try to enhance the current abortion ban to include that women have to prove that they were raped in order to access an abortion? Or will he keep the law as it currently stands? That is the question. And I'm just going to tell you that these Republicans lie. That's all they do, is lie. So Donald Trump told us if you vote for him, he won't do this, he won't do that, and he won't do that. And Donald Trump won the presidency, got into office, and he rolled over on each and every lie that he told. No more wars. Here we are in a war. We had a war with Argentina. You trust Rick Jackson to not go back on his word? Moving on with the article. The state's abortion law exceptions allow for abortion care up to 20 weeks gestation for rape or incest victims who report the crime to law enforcement. Most victims of sexual violence, 2 out of 3, don't report to law enforcement. To prove a person was raped can take months, if not years, in criminal court. And historically, the criminal justice system has not treated sexual assault survivors fairly. 98% of perpetrators of sexual violence walk free. In the leaked audio, Jackson also called to tighten up access to abortion pills, which account for over 80% of abortions in the state. Medication abortion is still accessible in person before 6 weeks or by mail when prescribed by physicians in non-restricted states. One of the 2 drugs used in medication abortion, mifepristone, has been at the center of anti-abortion fights because people are still able to access abortion care despite state abortion bans. That's the mifepristone abortion care pill that they trying to get us to not be able to have access to. The gubernatorial candidate said in the same conversation he would be open to criminalizing doctors for performing abortions outside of the state's 6-week ban and suggested doctors need to, quote, prove that the pregnancy was the right number of weeks, end quote, because doctors are not going to risk their licenses, he said. Georgia law already criminalizes doctors who offer abortion care outside of the legal limit, classifying an illegal abortion as a felony that carries up to 10 years. Jackson's comments, while notable, are perhaps unsurprising considering he said in March that he would support a total abortion ban if it landed on his desk as governor. Though total abortion bans with no exceptions are seen as totalitarian, in practice, they don't really work. The article then goes on to talk about studies and the percentages and all of that jazz. Yeah. Billionaire Rick Jackson is running for governor of the state of Georgia. He's a Republican. I know the majority of the people that follow me aren't Republicans. But if you know some Republicans here in Georgia who are of childbearing years, you might want to share this video. In my opinion, Rick Jackson would not be an option for me.